I fell into a chronic depression. And it got to the point where suicidal thoughts were the norm, attempts were the norm. I was a very unhappy individual, very sad. I felt nobody loved me. I felt nobody cared. I was angry at myself. I was angry at the world. I was angry at God. I was angry. I was upset. I was sad. I was lost. And I did not know how to get out of it. And I remember the day that the Lord again delivered me from the mistakes that I had made. He delivered me from the mistake of me being with the wrong man and my first relationship. And then he comes. And during the worst day of my depression, I was sitting alone in a room, and I just kept repeating and crying and just uncontrollably not knowing what to do, felt so lost, felt so hopeless. And I asked, why does no one love me? Why does no one love me? And I remember his voice. Again, the same voice. And he said, you don't love yourself. And that was the last day of my depression. And I knew then that it was God who delivered me. I was even able to accept that it was God who once again delivered me from that. But I did not want to call God God. And so I transitioned from being an atheist to being New Agey. And so instead of calling God God, I called him the universe. And then began my stage of New Age beliefs. And in that stage of New Age beliefs, I still, although it sustained me for a little bit, it did not quench that thirst that I just had, that my heart had, that my spirit had. I had this thirst. I had this void in my life. And again, because that didn't sustain me, that didn't quench me, I went back to my old habit of drinking, pursuing the wrong men, dating the wrong men. And in that stage, I ended up pursuing different relationships that didn't serve me. And fast forward to now, I finally gave in and I gave my life to Christ. And so this testimony is me sharing just the beauty of who God is and what he's done in my life. And I am sharing this testimony, being completely transparent about my past, because I want you to know that no matter what you've been through or what mistakes you have made, there's still a purpose for your life in God's kingdom. Jesus Christ will fill the thirst that you have, will fill the void that you may feel in your life, will fill you, and not just fill you, he will overflow you with joy and love and peace and strength and power. Accept his calling. Accept his calling. Stop avoiding Christ. Stop making the same mistakes. Jesus will come into your heart when you accept him and cleanse everything. He will cleanse everything out of you. And he will remember none of your sins. And he will not condemn you. And he will help you forgive yourself. And he will help relieve you of condemnation. He will fill you with an everlasting joy. He has filled me. This woman who stands here before you, that you see, has been completely transformed by the love of Christ. And my life has never been better, and it will only get better because he dwells in me now. And he makes everything okay. And so this is my testimony. I am Ruby Angulo, and I used to be lost, but now I'm found.